Good night. Welcome to the 5-star live stream. We're out here bringing you the most solid podcast in the game, exposing the truth, bringing you the lies, and busting them out wide open so you know what's actually going on out here. Me and Big Dog Tez have got one hell of a show prepared for you today, and we've actually got a whole lot of really good stuff in our portfolio. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel and check out what we've been posting for you guys so far. Shout out to producer Billy. Thank you for putting together the whole show in the background there. And then, of course, my dog, co-host extraordinaire, legendary YouTube channeler on the Tez Unplugged channel. What's up, my boy, Tez?
Yes, sir. We are out here back at it. It's been like a week, but we're gonna start bringing it to you live more often and giving the people what they want. They need to see the 5-star family in the flesh. So we're gonna bring you some heat more consistently now, but we're back. So let us know. Tap in. We're going to give you value like we always do. And stay tuned because we got a lot coming in the future. So get with it or get lost. Let's get it.
Yo, and look, on today's episode, it was actually a really good idea to talk about the lies that men are experiencing in society. And you might not even know it. You might not even realize it. You might be in a relationship right now. You might be about to be in a relationship. Or you might have a lack thereof relationships because you're adhering to these lies. You're adhering to the BS that you were told in a Hollywood movie. You're adhering to the stuff that you were told in your school. You're probably listening to the retarded information that you got from your family, maybe your mom, maybe your dad. Maybe somebody's really soft and blue-pilled or like got a lot of credit for getting married when they were young, but they're doing it all wrong and gay. But we're going to straighten you guys out, man. Bro, did you hear about the Akash situation?
I heard it wasn't good at all. I heard it was not good. I heard that is not a man that you want to be.
Oh, God, bruv. All right, so let's talk about the lies of society real quick, right? I watched Myron recap some of that on FNF, on his channel, Myron Gaines. And, bruv, I vividly remember being a Fresh and Fit viewer, Fresh and Fit watcher at the time, right? So what happens is that at this time, the political ideology is highly divisive in this moment, right? You have RP dudes that don't really speak out about their views on dating. RP meaning red pill meaning the truth, meaning it came from the movie The Matrix. If you take the red pill, you want to see how deep the rabbit hole goes of the truth. Blue pill, meaning if you take this, you get to go right back in your little pod and believe all the lies that are being spun to you. Now, at the time, Fresh and Myron were going on air and they were telling the truth and they were getting a lot of traction for it, and a lot of people were like, yo, like I really fuck with that message. Which in my perception, welcome to 5-star, I thought was just being a normal guy, and it was good in my perception to see other dudes just being normal dudes. However, the world has become so frustratingly blue pill, shout out to you, Big Mo, that now to see in practice how many lies have been spun and how many webs of deception have been woven, what happens is that Fresh and Myron go on to the Flagrant 2 podcast at the time. And Andrew Schultz and his co-host Akash were the fucking poster boys of political correctness. Now, I want you to know that if you watch Andrew Schultz and you're aligned with blue pill ideology, which is mostly left-leaning Democrat, go get the booster, go get the shot, go get the vaccine, go paint your hair blue, cut off your dick mentality, right? Andrew Schultz would be like the bad boy of that arena. He'd be like the cool one who's a little edgy on the blue pill side. But on our side, he is clearly a cocksucker. So what happens is when that cocksucker is sitting down with Myron and Fresh, Akash, his Robin to his Batman over here, his co-host and comedian, is just like virtue signaling the shit out of Myron and not listening to Myron or Fresh when they're giving solid advice. Because what you would expect to happen is that when some bros sit down and start talking, bros got mad advice to give one another. Bros want to, level each other up. If you come over to the 5-star community, go through my stories right now. Bros come over here to level up all the time. Talk about what they're doing, maybe what they're doing in crypto, right? Maybe what they're doing in business, maybe what they want to do to get the game moving forward. And if you think men are going to get together and not talk about the women that they're fucking, if you think men are going to get in the same room and not talk about bitches and not talk about pussy, you are fucking out of your mind crazy, right? So Myron is saying, hey, look, man, if you're going to be out there in the world of dating, what we tell men is that you probably want to have, experience with having sex with 50 or so women at a certain point in time. So you understand the nature of women, so you understand female behavior. And once you understand female behavior, you will be more equipped to issue the relationship to the right woman or women. If you're not gay, make sure you get women, plural. And upon doing that, you'll be a better leader. You'll be more of a king. You'll be more of a man. You'll be able to command the value that you need to command in order to lead these women into the right place. And Akash cuts homeboy off and says, gay, or this is soft, this is gay. I've heard all this before. You think I haven't heard this? You think I haven't heard this before? And then his cocksucker co-host comes in and says, hey, man, look, he's only ever been with one girl his entire life, and they're virtue signaling and saying that he's so good. And you got to keep in mind, the Andrew Schultz mentality and the Akash mentality align very well with like the host of Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, and all these puppets that are just so easily, it's easy to see how they're controlled by the government, spewing this lie, spewing this virtue signaling. And while this guy is sitting on his high horse talking about he lost his virginity and married this one girl, here we are 3 years later. And that very same girl that they were defending under the wrong pretense because they didn't have brothers, they didn't have this podcast, and they didn't do anything to understand the truth. They just went full force into believing the lie. This girl is ripping Akash a new asshole every other minute on the interwebs, and it's unrecoverable within the context of that relationship. My advice to you, Akash, is you should have been walked away from this girl. You should have broke up with her a long time ago. If you're still in the relationship right now, I've talked to actual women about this. Shout out to you. And the women that I've talked to about you literally think you are gay. There's like no way that you're being disrespected by a woman this long without being an actual homosexual, bro, which pretty much aligns with your blue pill ideology. But anyway, getting back to the point, this girl, his wife, is just tearing apart social media, talking about how she, instead of being deep on the journey or in gratitude to the man that wifed her up, instead of like being happy with the fact that she is a wife and raising her husband and raising her man to be some great warrior comedian or some great king or some great legend or to raise some great legacy or to maybe more simply align on a goal or align on a path or move forward into some relationship that's moving their legacy into the next level of something, which is what a relationship is really meant to do. Propagate the society, propagate the future, propagate your legacy. She is talking about how she is nostalgic about the pussy that she was popping in college, how she was listening to 2 Chainz, how she was having a roster of men that she was just running through, how she was having just debaucherous sex with as many men as she could. Clearly was not a virgin like Akash. In fact, if she sounds more like the man that should be taking Myron's advice, because homegirl was going out and fucking to the point where she has the masculinity in the relationship and Akash has the femininity in the relationship. So I hope you guys go ahead and peruse YouTube, type that shit in. I'm not even going to have to go into details for you guys to find that on the thumbnails that are popping up right now. But my boy, as we're talking about the lies, what do you think about that?
Yeah, bro, you do not want to be that guy at all, man. And at some point, you have to question what you were told. Because if you're not getting the results that you want out of life, whether it's with women or money or whatever it is, you have to understand that you're doing it the wrong way and be willing to accept the truth. Myron came to these guys and fucking with the truth, and they're rejecting it, thinking that they know what's best. But you have to be able to be willing to hear out the truth. And as a man, you have to understand that society is going to try to shame you out of your masculinity. They're going to try to shame you out of having boundaries. They're going to try to shame you to let the girl to not put any standards on a girl so you can let her do whatever she wants. So these are some of the things that society will tell you when you have boundaries. If you tell your girl she can't go on girls trips or she's not able to get drunk, society's going to say you're insecure. You're just not a secure man because you have boundaries. So don't fall victim to this shaming language that society's going to tell you, because it's just going to emasculate you, and then your girl's going to lose respect for you. So remember, society wants women to win. They want you to put women on a pedestal. They want you to put women in front of you so they can control the women. Because the only way to control the household is by putting the women higher than the man and controlling the women. And at that point, if you can control the women, you can control the whole household. So society's going to try to shame you. They're going to say you're insecure, you're toxically masculine, you're stubborn, you just don't listen. They're going to say all this shaming language so you can bend and fold to your girl's frame. And the moment you do that, the moment you bend and fold to her frame, she's going to lose respect for you. So it's interesting how that works. It's like, don't behave this way. I'm going to shame you for behaving this way. And the moment you're like, you know what? Maybe she's right. Maybe I am kind of just a little too much. Maybe it's a lot. I get it. Maybe I am toxically masculine. The moment you start to think this and you're like, you know what? She's right. I'm going to do what she wants me to do. And then ta-da, now you're getting fucking dragged. You're getting disrespected. She's fucking hitting on you. She's fucking disrespecting you. She's out there fucking another guy. But you're like, wait, they told me to do this. And now that I'm doing it, I'm being punished for it. So remember, society is against masculinity. So you have to be aware of all this shaming language that they're going to tell you so they can control you and you can fall under the woman's frame. So don't lose your masculinity to society, because you're just going to become a bitch.
Yo, and on that note, right, as we go further into this, it's almost like this was meant to be, in the sense that one of our brothers, Baite, just hit me up saying, yo, you and Tez need to react to Akash versus Myron, which now that I read that out loud, I thought he was saying Akash and Myron, but Akash versus Myron? I don't know if Akash is clapping back at Myron. If that's happening, that's interesting. I don't know what you would have to defend Akash. And then he says, especially the parts where Akash's wife be talking the most heinous shit. Yo, so shout out to you, Baite. Kicked out of one group to welcome right into another. We got you, big dog. We love engaging with the people. We love talking to you guys. We have producer in the Billy in the back getting ready to set up super chats for you guys so you can go in all you want. We're bringing 5-star out to more platforms and more streams. It is nothing but a good time over here in his house. And the way that Tez is putting it is right. There is a mentality even in sales called pitch the bitch, right? Like, literally, they will sell to the woman to the point where the woman clearly controls the relationship and starts nagging the man like, honey, can we have this thing? And he has no frame, no authority. He doesn't know how to put it in place. He doesn't know how to talk to the girl. And then this simp just buys whatever he's like supposed to be buying. Or in his mind, he should just shut her the fuck up and move on with his money and do what the hell he has to do on his mission and not be such a pussy. So, for the theme of today's video, I want you guys to know that it actually reminds me, when we're talking about the lies that men fall into in society, a conversation that I had with Donovan Sharp. Shout out to you, Donovan Sharp, man. We got to get back and connect with each other. And upon talking to Donovan, what I was actually talking to him about was the Will Smith slap. And when we were talking about the Will Smith slap, when Will Smith's wife was out here fucking around having sex with his son, his wife was having sex with her son's friend and just embarrassing the shit out of Will Smith. Will Smith, I had a lot of hope for you, but I've been keeping up with you, and you just keep playing God, and clearly you're a puppet to the agenda of the blue pill, so we've lost all hope for you at this point. You'd really have to reach out to me in the DMs for me to have any modicum of respect left for you at this point, bruv. But when I was talking to Donovan, what happened with Donovan is that I actually got a chance to mention a book that I had read to him called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, the same guy who wrote Think and Grow Rich. And that is a great book. If you guys haven't read that book or listened to it on audio, please get that in your repertoire, because it actually, like I was referencing the blue pill and the red pill earlier with the Matrix, you get a chance to really get a deep dive on what lies are and how they're propagated in society. And in the book Outwitting the Devil, what happens is we have an interviewer talking to Satan. He asks the devil, how many people do you think are under my lies? The devil is very boastful and proud, says over 98% of them. And then they go deeper and deeper into how he spellcasted the lies that you are consuming out here in Hollywood propaganda, in school propaganda, in damn near every facet of life, to the point where not only are you consuming the lies, but you're believing the lies. And here today, your boy Chris and your boy Tez are going to be exposing exactly that. Feel me?
That's exactly what it is. Because if you believe and fall victim to these lies, that can destroy your life at that point. Because if you believe this and you think that you're doing the right thing your whole life, and then this happens, like to the Akash dude, to where you're thinking that this is the girl of your dreams, this is the girl that you're going to completely invest in, you're going to give her everything, and then next thing you know, she just humiliates you in public. That can be life-ending for a lot of guys, and it'll put you in a terrible situation. So you have to understand why society wants you to lose, and you have to understand women. If you think you're a guy who knows it all and you don't have to listen to this, it's corny or it's taboo to learn about women, the next thing you're going to look up your girl's cheating on you, or you're going to look up she's disrespecting you, and then you're going to be thinking like, why is this happening to me? It's because you never took the time to actually understand women. If you're going to be with someone you're going to have kids with, you're going to build a life with, that's fucking important. That's probably one of the most important things in life, is deciding who you're going to have as your partner and build a life with. Outside of like work and a career, it's a partner. So this is like important. Guys think that, I don't have to take the time to understand women and it's kind of just going to happen. They're thinking like a female. They're like, it's just going to happen. It'll all just come. If the stars align, then it'll work out. It's like, no, they can think that way. Because when you guys get a divorce, you're going to be paying her alimony. You're going to be paying her child support. So it's going to fuck you over a lot more than it'll fuck her over 9 times out of 10. So you really have to study this. Take some time and find out what you want and what's going to benefit you. Because the world's going to shame you for everything. They're going to say you're toxically masculine. They're going to say you're controlling. The moment you tell your girl she can't do something, you're controlling. You're toxically masculine. And then if you start to believe this stuff, next thing you know, you start acting like a female. You start acting like a bitch. And then your girl doesn't respect you. Society doesn't respect you. And then you're thinking to yourself, why is this happening? It's because you didn't fucking listen.
Yo, literally.
Thought that you knew it all and you didn't listen.
Literally, bruv. And on top of that, like, you got to also understand, in reference to what Tez is saying right here, women are natural frame testers. We talked about this many times with you guys. Boundaries, right? You're going to set the tone. You're going to say, this is the way that I am. This is the Chris train on the Chris tracks to the Chris destination. And that bitch is going to test you constantly, bro. Remember I said, if you're the captain of a ship, you say you're the captain of the ship, she's going to just test you and try to push her little boundaries and just nitpick at you constantly. And the way to handle this is to maintain your frame and let this girl know what the fuck is up all the way through. For whatever reason, and it's a part of their survival mechanism, they want to know that you are who you say that you are. They want to know that you really mean what you mean. They want to know that you really care to say what you're saying. And that they are led by men who has a future who really is this guy, and they got to test you and test you and test you and test you to do it. But if you give in to the test and you start conceding, you start getting a little scared to be the fucking man, and you're not wearing your dick on your, like, you're not like outwardly sexual, but you're hiding your dick basically. Whereas I say to people, bro, I wear my fucking dick on my chest, boy. I rock out with my cock out, son. Like, I don't give 2 fucks what this woman thinks. You gotta understand, a new girl is a new 18-year-old. A girl turns 18-year-old every day, whereas a man is very hard to come by when he's well-developed. So be that well-developed man. Now, as we get further into this, what I want you guys to really, really, really dive into here is some of the really hot topics that we brought for you today, on how you could actually be experiencing these lies and how to overcome them and how to maintain being a 5-star gentleman all the way through. I want you to know that mastering your composure not necessarily stoicism. I'm not the biggest fan of stoicism. I'll explain why. Stoicism is a fucking cult. Stoicism gives every man the ability to just like be a rock all the way through up and downs, and it gives every man, no matter how poor or how rich, all this infinite power as if they are some sort of god. That is bullshit. So don't go too deep into stoicism, but you can adopt some of the traits and understand that maintaining your composure and holding your composure and being a man and being a gentleman all the way through is innate to your ability to be successful in dating. And if the bitch is acting up at any time, you could just withdraw yourself, and the only power you really have is walking away, right? Now, one of the biggest lies that we experience as men is everything gotta be 50-50. And bro, things are so bad in that area that I have literally met, and I've seen on the clips that we study, women are complaining about this very thing that they asked for, right? It's so bad that men are actually doing the 50-50 thing. Like, they're actually going on dates and like splitting it 50-50, living together going 50-50. Everything. It's like half me, half you. We're a team. What is that? What is that? What is going to happen? Like, let's say that your girl has 50% equity in like a company and you have 50% equity in a company. No, fuck it. Let's go to the kitchen, bro. Is she 50% in the kitchen and you're 50% in the kitchen? Like, do you cook one half of the chicken, she cooked the other half of the chicken? Like, what the fuck is going on, Tez, bro? Make it make sense to me, brother. Like, what the fuck? What's going on?
It's fucking crazy, bro. That's the world that we live in, man. It is fucking insane, bro. If you're a guy that believes to go 50-50, that's like saying you're okay with being treated like a half of a man. If you're going 50-50, she's going to treat you like a half of a man. That means you're a part-time bitch. She's going to disrespect you. And the other half of the time, she's going to treat you like a man. So all 50-50 means is you're just telling her, I have a vagina, I have half a vagina, but I also have half of a dick. So just be ready to be disrespected half the time. That's all it means.
Do you feel like that opens up that man to be more of a social media boyfriend?
What do you mean by social media boyfriend?
In the girl's perspective, when she has this man who's going 50-50 with her, she's really just using her to like show her other girlfriends, I have a boyfriend too, I'm good too, and that's it. Like she's just saying, I have you as a placeholder, I have you as an accessory, I don't actually respect you as a man whatsoever.
Yeah, it's an ego boost. It's like, I have power over you because I know that I'm better than you. I have all the leverage in this relationship. I'm not going to get with a guy who's better than me because I have no fucking power or control or leverage over him. So, yeah, it's like that's all it is. It's like, it's just ego.
All right, so let's talk about that, man. Do you want to be an accessory to a girl's life, you 50-50 splitter? Do you understand? Do you know? Do you get like the fact that if you are an accessory to this girl's life, she's using you like a purse? Like, she's putting you on as the outfit for the day, and then she's throwing you back in the closet so she could go off. And because you're 50-50ing the girl, now she's going to go out and talk to more guys, see all of her options, tell all these guys, no, I can't have sex with you, I have a boyfriend, but like also go home and not give up the pussy to that guy, and then just like masturbate to what's that book, the Grey's Anatomy? No,
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey, yeah, or whatever erotica for females is popular at this time. You know what I mean? Before we go on to the next point, bruv, how are these? Explain it to me, Tez. What the fuck are these guys doing, bro? Like,
you're thinking with the wrong head. You're thinking with fucking this head and not this head. So it's like you're willing to compromise everything for sex. That's really what it comes down to. Dog. The only way to get power as a man is by not thinking with your dick. The moment you can stop thinking with your dick, you're looking at this dynamic between you and her completely different. That's where most girls win, is because they know that the guy's thinking with his dick, so they're leveraging sex over them. So the moment that she can no longer leverage sex over you for compliance, then you're actually in a winning position. But most guys are thinking with their dick, so they're willing to be a bitch in a relationship. They're willing to get treated like half a man just to get some sex. Ooh. So it's like, I'm gonna be a good boy, just to get some fucking sex. So and some guys are maybe like, you know what, Tez, I'd rather be disrespected so I can get sex than not willing to be disrespected and not get any sex at all. So, and hey, teach his own. If that's who you are, then that's just what it is. But I don't advocate for that at all. I don't advocate for that at all, but that's what it is. Like, the moment you can start thinking with the right head and not the wrong one, then you're fucking winning. But most guys are thinking with the wrong fucking head, and the girls are walking around like they're a fucking dog on a fucking leash. Just, I see dudes following their girl around like, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But
scared, bro. Walking around scared to lose the pussy.
Think with the right head, and you'll have more control and power, and you'll be able to actually get what you want instead of conceding to the girl just because you want sex. A lot of guys are willing to concede so much just to get sex, and ask yourself, is it really worth it? Like, that feeling that you get inside of being disrespected and fucking you hate yourself because your girl doesn't fucking respect you, is the sex really worth it? Some people might say, yeah, I mean, I get to procreate. I'm having I get to procreate. Woo! I don't know, maybe.
With a woman that don't even like you. Oh, all right. Before I go on to this.
And you don't get to procreate because she's just going to abort your kid. Getting an abortion is like, that's a sign of disrespect, too. Your girl aborting your kid is like a sign of disrespect. Because you think if fucking Future or Drake fucking nuts in your girl that she's going to abort that kid? Like,
yeah. But
that's a whole nother story. That's just, yeah.
That's a damn good one. Producer Billy, real quick before we move forward. Camera A and iced coffee. Now, I think that if you're willing to think with the wrong head on that topic, you are so deep in lust that, like, your whole relationship is a facade. Your whole thing is basically fake because, like, you're not willing to step into your masculinity. You're willing to let the whole thing is a facade. You're willing to let the relationship be bullshit. You're willing to let yourself be put down. And if you want the girl to like, this is probably where you guys are tripping up, right? In this state of mind, you want the girl to like you, and you're willing to concede and be happy and flirty in the way that you think is going to get the girl to like you. And in doing so, you're giving up your leverage. You're giving up your masculinity. So it's like you're probably always talking in a happy tone. You're probably looking to overspend resources that you don't have. You're probably looking to be all like happy-go-lucky and be very like people pleasing. You're trying to show like people pleaser qualities to the woman, right? So because you're showing her people pleaser qualities, this is the mentality by which you would have to be entering that 50-50 frame in order to completely lose everything that you are as a guy, which is going to eventually bring us to the next point of putting this good bitch on a pedestal.
Yeah, which is what you can't do. You need to start dating like a woman. Operate from I want you, I don't need you. A lot of guys are operating from a place of just needing a woman because they're so deprived of sex. Women, they know they don't need you. They have thousands of options. They're like, I want you. I want to be with you, but I don't need you. They naturally have that abundance mindset. So as a man, the moment you start dating like you are a woman, you're going to start to have leverage in the relationships. But most men can't do that because they're not in abundance of women. So that doesn't even seem real to them. So women, they're operating from a place of such abundance that they behave the way that they want. They do anything that they want. They operate like, I don't fucking need you. They say if a girl's around you and she's talking crazy, she's doing this, that's because she's in such abundance that she doesn't give a fuck if she loses you. She knows there's 50 guys in her DMs that she could run to. So the moment you start dating like a woman, that's really like a hack right there, a life hack when it comes to dating. Date like a woman. Like a way that woman views you, she doesn't lead with, you have to prove yourself to her. She doesn't lead with respect with you. You have to prove that you're worth respect. She doesn't come from a place to where she needs you. She comes to a place from where she wants to be with you. She may want to be with you if you prove yourself. She's in abundance. You have to do all this, do fucking double backflips to impress her. So the same way that she goes about a relationship, you need to go about one. She needs to prove that she's worthy to you. She needs to prove that she's worth respect to you. And she needs to prove that she's worth your time. So the moment you start doing that, you're actually going to have some leverage in the relationship, and she's not going to be able to control you with sex. Like, imagine not saying something to a woman or not doing something because you're like, if I don't take out the trash, I'm not getting sex tonight. Imagine that. Like, it's all just fucked. And now your intentions aren't pure at all anymore because you're not even You don't want to do none of this shit. You're just thinking in the back of your head, well, she's going to not have sex with me for a week or two. She's going to punish me with not giving me sex. So I have to do this. I'm going to concede because guess what? If I don't, I lose sex. And then my life sucks and I'm not going to know what to do. So you know what? I'm just going to be her bitch in a relationship. That's what I'm going to do.
Now, let's talk about what is it like to date like a woman, right? In the modern day woman. When you say that, it's really that the behavior that she's demonstrating would make a man a better man. Going through an entire roster and then choosing the one that you want to give your time to. But in reality, when a woman is doing that, she's completely losing her value. She's completely a 304. She's completely a worthless woman. Whereas if you date how you're currently dating, which is more the effeminate way, you are the woman, and now you've lost all your respect. You're losing self-respect. Even on the inside, you got to start like losing respect to yourself. You know what I mean? Something in you has to be like aggravated and like gnawing at your soul, gnawing at your mind, gnawing at your nervous system. Like, damn, I really am fucking up here. Like, there's something just not right. Something is wrong. I remember one time I was hanging around this chick that I knew, right? And I was around her fucking kids, bro, right? And my entire system was like rejecting the fact around being around her fucking kids, right? Like my whole soul, my whole body, and all my nerves, every inch of my atoms, my core knew, stay away from these. These are not yours. Type shit, right?
That was like that one, like, was that like...
yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a solid... Bro, I'll tell that story anytime, you know what I'm saying? I'm down. I got stories for days. And we'll get to that. But right now, I'm just trying to let you guys know that Tez is right. You need to date like the modern day women, and those modern day women, unfortunately, are whores. And if you dated like them, you'd be more masculine. They're dating more masculine. Now for the ladies, if a woman was dating like a woman, women are very much about chasing men. They love doing it. I mean, if you go to Miami here right now, there are lines of women lining up to suck some basketball player. You know what? You know what I'm saying? They is very much in their nature to chase. Now, if you're a dude and you're lining up to go do that stuff with Bonnie Blue and add to her 1,057 body count, you are actually a rainbow, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's like a whole weird place. And it's all ass backwards, and we are living in a fallen state, and there's like a spiritual cancer going throughout America right now. But luckily, I'm not going through that shit. And if you want to level up your life, you can come over here and talk to us so we can level you up so you don't go through that shit. Now, also, I would say that, a woman is very much about chasing the right man, and that would be like a perfect 1950s scenario, right? Or she's also very, like, reserved and wants to let the man chase her, kind of like docile, feminine, I give you some pretty eyes kind of thing, and then you go and you talk to her. So that would kind of help surmise all that, and I want you guys to know this 50-50 thing is a lie from hell. It's always 100-0. Always 100-0. You have 100% authority. She has 0% authority. You have 100% leadership in the relationship. She has 0 leadership in the relationship. You are fully in charge. She's 0% in charge. You are fully in command. She is fully a follower. You are 100% the real deal. She is 100% underneath you. You are on your mission. She is in submission to your legacy.
1,000%. And you have to realize as a man, like, you have to talk to her a certain way. You have to, like, a lot of guys are so unaware that the dialogue between you and the woman is just, it's gay. Like, you're coming off like you're gay and you just don't get it. Like, you have to understand the right frame, the right tone. Like, the way that you're talking to her, it just puts you in a submissive state. Like, your tone, you sound like a bitch. You're kind of just making suggestions, and like, it's like a lot of guys when they talk to girls, they don't fucking get it. It's like, you look like a bitch when you're talking to her. Like, you don't understand the differences of men and women. So you're treating her like you guys are just the same. Like, you're treating her like that's your homeboy, or you guys think the same, behave the same. The way you talk to a woman should be completely different than the way that you talk to a man. You have to understand certain things when you're talking to a woman, certain things that you may not think about when you're talking to your boy. Like, you have to be aware that, okay, if I say certain things, she's going to hold this against me. If I speak this certain way, then I'm going to be less attractive. So you might not even think twice about when you're around your boys, you guys are talking, because who gives a fuck? You guys are just talking shit. But when you're around your girl, if you're not fucking thinking about what you're saying, you're kind of just whatever comes to your mind, you're just talking, you're going to start saying a lot of fucking unattractive shit, and she's going to start looking at you and holding it against you, and you're not even going to be aware of it because you're not behaving in an attractive manner. So a lot of guys are treating their girl like that's their fucking friend, and they're operating from a friend zone frame rather than a guy who she's looking up to. So you're not even giving your girl a chance to look up to you because you're operating like you guys are equal, you guys are the same. And like a lot of guys, when I hear them talk to the girl, I can just tell they don't get it. Like you're not talking to your girl as if you're an authority figure. You're talking to her as you guys are equal or you're below her. So do not behave that way. Don't behave that way. Speak to your girl like you are better than her. Speak to her like she needs to look up to you. Like she doesn't need, not she needs to look up to you, but speak to her like you are better than her, and always come in a frame like you are higher, not below her.
And, this all leads back to our opening statements about Akash. Akash, you are the one responsible. This situation is your fault. It's not her fault. You're actually disrespecting her time by not being a man. I guarantee you, if we put the same girl in front of Big Dog Tez, and I guarantee you, if that girl was dating Big Dog Tez, that bitch would be in line. She'd be in place. She would not question what authority is. In fact, I know from personal experience, she still might be trying to figure out where the fuck Tez is in that kind of scenario. Because there is a chase involved. You know what I'm saying? Long story short, what that means is everything in this dating shit is 100% your fault as a man. And you have to understand that you're actually disrespecting that girl's time by being such a little bitch and not manning up. And if you were able to man up, that brings me to my next point here. You wouldn't be putting bitches on a pedestal. So the next lie that society tells men is to put women on a pedestal. And sometimes it'll look like this. Like you're in a conversation maybe with a librarian that knows your girlfriend, and then that same librarian knows your mom or something, and then they say something to your face like, oh my God, Tiffany is so great. Isn't she so great? You're so lucky to have her. And then you say, oh my God, she is just the best. I'd be nothing without her. I'm so lucky to have her. I'm nothing without the existence of this woman. Women don't turn 18 every fucking day. I'm nothing without this soul.
Damn.
You are at the top of being a bitch. Like you are an absolute, like the equivalent for a cum dumpster as a woman. You're like a bum dumpster, bro, because you're a bum in a dumpster.
You're a walking ick. Like the walking ick. Like a lot of guys are just walking icks. Like we're gonna talk about that another time. That's another fucking show. Just talk about the ick. A lot of guys, you just give the ick and you don't even fucking know it. The guy who says some shit like that, I'm so lucky to have her. She's amazing. She's the greatest. He thinks in his head that he just said the most attractive, the most coolest shit ever, but girls are looking at him like, this fucking loser. Like, but they're gonna tell you, you're such a good guy. So that's so great. And not gonna give you any pussy. So you are a lot of guys are just a walking ick. Like, even I talk to you motherfuckers sometimes. When I see you guys, I'm like, it's just an ick. Like, ew. Like, like just disgusting. Like, fuck. And it's just the world that we live in. So we're gonna talk about that on a show, just what the ick is, how to give girls the ick, and things to say that don't give a girl the ick, that does give her the ick. Because when I hear a lot of guys talking to their girl or just talking, I'm like, that's just it's the ick. And she's not gonna tell you this a lot of times. She'll probably just end up leaving you. But a lot of guys are just a walking ick.
Yo, yeah, you freaking, I can't even say it, you twinks, fruit pops. So, listen, man, you got to learn in life, and I'm just throwing this out there, if a girl calls you a weirdo or something, you just tell her, you give me the ick, bitch. That's something that you could do, little aikido, little jujitsu, little turn it around. But let's go back to the topic here, right, with the whole pedestal thing. So, look, they're having this conversation, right? This delusional conversation between the librarian and the guy who just, I'm so lucky to have her, right? This like, I'm so lucky to have her mentality. The first thing that I think when I see this dude who's bought into this lie is that his balls have been snipped off with like baby scissors. Like this dude is literally got no testicles left, and there's a lot of things wrong with his wiring here. First and foremost, he is a pussy, and he's done hunting. Whew, that is bad. You never want to be that guy. Me and my dog Tez here, we hunters for life, we hunters forever. What I mean by that, how many women have you cold approached in your life?
Yeah, a lot, yeah.
Incalculable, right? Yeah. How many women have I cold approached in my life? I've been alive a long time. I have no idea. It's all I know how to do, right? Never use dating apps. We are constantly fucking hunting. We will never stop hunting. Shout out to Dream Team, man. That's where I got a chance to talk about a dude and his need to plant seeds into multiple women. But this guy has forfeited the hunt because what happened in his mind is that he went through the trials and the tribulations of giving a relationship to one girl one time. And now he's stuck in that relationship for better or worse. And unfortunately, that does not work for men. It works great for women. It is amazing for women. One guy for the rest of her life and she's fucking set. But in this scenario, he is set to the tone of her demands, her way of looking at the world. She is the ruler of the relationship. The entire society is justifying why she needs to be the one and the only, and why all the rules come from her. Happy wife, happy life. And because this man has forfeited his ability to hunt, he is now telling himself that for everything that goes wrong in the relationship, like when she starts having him sleep on the couch, or stops having sex with him, or making him look dumb in front of his friends because she doesn't actually respect him anymore, or makes fun of him in front of the kids, and he's completely a husk of a man and has no authority, or his wife ends up talking to me and Tez in this building. You know what I'm saying? Basically what happens is that he has lost and forgotten, or won't admit to himself, because he's killing himself with this lie, that he should not be hunting anymore. And then he even believes if he were to break up, this is his next response: if I were to break up with a girl, I'd be so heartbroken. I'd be lost without her. I'd be nobody. I can't do it without this one love of all time in my soul. And because of this fruit pop thinking, what's happening is that he's missing out on his masculinity. He's missing out on respecting himself. And that's where a lot of this starts. Let's reverse the scenario. Let's clean up the scenario a little bit, Mr. Pedestal, right? Let's say that you didn't put your wife on a pedestal, if you didn't put the woman on a pedestal, and in fact, it was actually reversed. In fact, we realize that a beautiful woman is very common, but a man who's on top of his shit is very rare. And if you were on the pedestal, kick that bitch off the pedestal, you stand on the pedestal, right, where you're supposed to be, and now she's chasing you. She's chasing your validation. She's chasing what you're building. And what you're building is so attractive to the world. And what you're building adds to society so valuably to the world that the world is looking for what you're putting out there. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're a doctor. Maybe you're a lawyer. Maybe you're an engineer that's changing the world through the innovations in a car. And there are women after woman after woman that are lining up and looking to be with you. And she sees all these women and all this attention is on you. It's only going to make her love you more. Because that is the true nature of women. Women, putting a woman on a pedestal is a death sentence to your relationship.
Absolutely it is. And you have to understand, as a man, you've been told a lie. Everything that you've been told about women growing up is a lie. That worked maybe 100, 1,000 years ago, but it is now, it doesn't work anymore. It's old. It's a lie. It's going to get you destroyed. So You have to deprogram your brain and understand that society is lying to you so women can benefit from it and they can control you and control women, because they're going to shame you. And remember, if someone can control the way that you feel, they can control you. So they're going to emotionally try to manipulate you, try to emotionally make you feel bad. And the moment they could start controlling your emotions and you start feeling bad, then they got you. Then you're done. They start making you feel bad about being a man. They start making you feel bad about having boundaries. They start making you feel bad about having standards, and you fold because they can't physically beat you up. So they're going to emotionally try to make you feel bad, emotionally try to drain you. And the moment you let that happen, you're done. It's over. So you have to realize you got to be strong. Even if you start to feel bad or you start to maybe try to look at it from her perspective, understand that being a man is about controlling your emotions. Because if you allow her to control your emotions, then at that point, the relationship is done. The test is finished. She figured you out, and it's over. So understand, you will get shamed. There's a lot of shame words. Anything that a woman or society tells you that makes you feel shamed or feel guilt or feel bad, reject it. Reject that programming, because they're programming you to be a little bitch. So if you're a man out there and you're thinking like, damn, I mean, the last time I told my girl to not go out and she said that I'm just toxic or insecure, and I'm like, damn, I kind of felt like, okay, maybe she's right. Like, maybe I am in the wrong. Anytime you feel like this, reject the programming, because they're trying to shame you, trying to make you feel bad. And then the moment you start to believe it, they're going to lose respect for you. So understand, there's so much shame language out there that women are going to tell you. You're toxically masculine. I've said these before. You're toxically masculine. You're insecure. You don't get it. You're just way too masculine. You need to chill out. They're going to start to use these languages, use these terms, these buzz terms to make you feel bad so they can get away with just anything. So just be aware of that. Don't fall victim to it, because you will lose at the end of the day, because it's all shaming language. Everyone will do it. Everyone who sees you as a threat will try to control you. They're going to try to use shaming language and control you. If they see that you can't be manipulated, they see that you're stronger than them, all they're going to do is just throw manipulation at you all day, and they're going to try to emotionally break you down inside. They're going to try to drain you and tear you down. So reject it, because if you fall victim, you're going to be soft and no one's going to respect you.
100%. And that is actually what it is. And I want you to kind of understand how to deal with this in a real world scenario. Now, let's say that you're in this situation where you're putting the people on the pedestal and you have all this pushback, right? I want you to know that on the blue pill side, on the side of the lies, on the side where you're being forced into really believing these things, you are literally, and I mean literally, dealing with an army of people that are against you. To have free thought, to think for yourself, to be masculine, asserting yourself, putting down boundaries, each and every one of these things will incur a fight in modern day society. It might be with your brother, sister, mom, father. It might be your fucking dog, bro. Your dog might be fucking blue pill. Who knows? We live in a crazy world. It might be your teacher. It might be your mailman. It might be the dudes you work out with. It might be literally anyone and everyone and their mother think in the wrong blue pill way. The lies-based thinking. They think from that place. They are of that. They fight for it. If you watch The Matrix, they are the Agent Smith in this motherfucker coming to kill Neo. And in this scenario, you're Neo thinking freely for yourself. Now, what you got to understand is that, like I was telling you, your only resolve in this situation is holding your composure and being really clear and really straightforward with your chest fucking out on what you want to say and what you stand for. Draw lines in the sand. I can't tell you how many times I've told people I date multiple women. That is what I do. Like it or hate it. Don't fuck with me if you don't like it, right? And because I'm so out there and because I'm so hard about how I say what I say, people will either respect or disrespect what I am saying based on what I say. So they know where to categorize me. So in doing this, in having just a normal relationship, you got to say, look, I have standards, Becky, And you're either going to follow through with my direction or you're not. But if you do, you're with me. And if you're not, you're out. Feel me?
It's exactly what it is. Have boundaries, be willing to stand on them, and also be willing to fucking walk away. Because she doesn't have to listen to you, so the moment she doesn't, just walk away. A lot of you guys are fucking, you have these boundaries, and you're like, fuck, she crossed my boundaries, and I don't want to leave. And then she just loses respect for you because you weren't willing to walk away from the relationship. So you have to be willing to enforce those boundaries and be willing to walk away. Because they are going back to the shaming, there's a lot of shaming language to make you feel bad as a man, to emasculate you. No one's trying to fucking emasculate the blue pill guy who fucking believes men and women are equal, the guy who just is not strong, who's weak. No one's fucking trying to control this guy because they're like, this guy, he's already a loser. We already got him figured out. As a man, a masculine man, you are a threat to society. So you have to understand, they're not going to try to beat you up physically because that's just not accepted. And people aren't going to accept that. So they're going to get you from the inside. They're going to emotionally shame you so you can feel bad. And they're going to try to guilt trip you, shame you, gaslight you, do all of this. It's simply for control and power. So you have to understand that, especially in a relationship. You want the power in the relationship with the woman because that's the only way it's going to work out. So if you fall victim to all this and then you don't have the power and you give her all the power, she's not going to respect it. So understand, as a man, you're going to try to get shamed, guilt, emotionally gaslighted so they could emasculate you, because you being a masculine man is going to, it makes them feel uncomfortable because they can't control you. So be aware of this stuff and don't fall victim to it.
Yeah. And you got to also really put this into perspective. Drawing lines in the sand, setting a boundary, letting people know how you are and how you date and how you shift the tone, it will come with ostracization. You will be ostracized just for having standards and boundaries. And I'm going to tell you my honest to God opinion. I do not think there's any bravery in keeping yourself silent on how you do it. I don't think you're any smarter for keeping that shit all held back and trying to play the game smarter than everybody by outweighing everyone and being a fucking ninja like a little bitch. Stand on your business. Say who the fuck you are. Let them ostracize you. Let there be pushback. Let me say something about you. If you are a man, by virtue of being a man, you need to embrace your masculinity. Masculinity to a man is like water to a fish. It is like blood to a human. It is like air to a bird. It is the sun to a tree. If you are a man, you have to be deeply involved and indulged in your masculinity, and you have to be using it, and you have to be challenging yourself with it, and you have to be pushing yourself to the best future that you can build with it. You have to be a force. Testosterone, masculinity, the mentality, the mindset, everything that comes with it. Every time you get fucking rock hard, every time that you're willing to fight, every time that you're willing to step up and be something that everyone else is not, every time you're willing to push forward, is being a masculine fucking man. And you cannot waste that shit, especially when it comes to dating. Which brings me to my next topic, having standards. All right, so when it comes to having standards, that is also another area where you're going to deal with a lot of pushback with modern day society, women, and people in general are going to have a problem with this topic, right? So I played this video that it might be reminiscent of the past. If you guys got a chance to see people in the manosphere talk about every time a girl sleeps with a guy, she should have her body count written on her forehead. We just saw like a repeat of those kind of videos where a guy was presenting to this group of blue pill people. Every time a girl has sex with somebody, she should get a tattoo tally mark of that dude that she fucked, right? So we could watch you in real time become less and less attractive and less valuable in your sexual dating preferences and your dating history, right? So you got to understand something. When you're a woman and you're 18 years old and you're a virgin, you can command whatever the fuck relationship that you want. You have all the value. You are the trust fund baby. You get to say, if I want some monogamy, I can have me some monogamy. If I want to live the life that Chris is more open to, if I want to live the life Tez is more open to, if I want to live this white picket fence life, that is the only fucking time that you have the value to command what you want. And on another story, I'll tell you guys that women have the love life all of them have the love life that they truly want. And in this exact scenario, I want you to also know that when she's an 18-year-old virgin, she can command what she wants because the standard is so high. But also, if she holds it for too long, if she's like a 24, 25, 28-year-old virgin, then it's like, that's a little weird, right? Something's off with that chick. If you see that, if she's, from 18 to 28 is 10 fucking years. If nobody was with her in that time, there is something deeply wrong with that female, and you need to run the other way. Virginity is not the end-all, be-all, but at the time and point that she has it is the end-all, be-all for what that woman is able to command in the relationship, and that is a beautiful, amazing, empowered thing. That is such a precious thing that's what the white dress in a marriage symbolizes. That is why marriages were arranged. That the male sex drive is such a powerful fucking force that all that you see is built around exactly this premise. Every table, every microphone, every oven, every phone, every building, every comfort is literally designed by men to have sex with women. If there were no women, there would be no money. And if there were no women, there would be no dudes building houses. We would just be comfortable sleeping under a fucking tree or in a car or by a river. We would do absolutely fucking nothing. Bro, the shoes that I bought were to attract women. The pants that I bought were to attract women. The watch, the ring, fucking everything was to attract women, bro. That's what the fuck this is. And if you're going to sit there and lie to yourself, that's fine. But we're telling you the truth out here on 5-Star. And that is when a woman can actually command leverage. Now, let's fast forward to what you're actually dealing with in reality. The girl that you're dating had her back blown out by a bunch of different dudes. Ooh. The woman that you're dating has been fucked by everybody. The woman that you're dating, you better be careful, because if you take a picture with you and her and put it on Instagram, there's some dude who's going to make fun of your ass because he fucked her for free while you gave her the relationship. You have got to understand, this sexual promiscuity in the modern day is a built-in humiliation ritual that you are fucking suffering through right now. And if you hold up a standard and say, hey, I don't want to date a whore, the entire fucking blue pill people, all the liars, or all the people invested in lie, are going to lose their fucking mind and say, how could you? How could you say this? How could you put value onto a woman? She's not a car. And, you say, like, I don't want a car with more mileage on it. And if it has less miles, that's better to me. And if it has more miles, wouldn't that be like a more ran-through car? Like, everyone used it? Women are not vehicles. How could you compare them to an auto mechanic vehicle?
Imagine that line of thinking. Imagine that. It's terrible.
Bro, it's terrible. It's horrible. So the first thing that I want you guys to understand is, like, I gave you this elaborate story to kind of like put things in perspective for you to understand. Having a standard is something that's going to get a lot of pushback. And because it's going to get a lot of pushback, you have to understand this is a fucking lie. The lie that you're going to hear, the way that they're going to present it is like, my body, my choice. Women could do whatever they want. I'm sexually empowered. I'm free. I'm sexually free. And all of that is dumb as fuck. Because let's really talk about this. Why is modern day female sexuality celebrated, but male sexuality is not? Woman's sexuality is to host the sperm of men. If men's sexuality was celebrated, men would be busting nuts in multiplicity. Men's sexuality is to be celebrated. Testosterone is to be celebrated. Masculinity is to be celebrated. A man being on a pedestal is supposed to be celebrated, not a fucking woman. A woman is to submit. She is a submissive being. She is to be in her place. She is not ever to celebrate her sexuality. Her sexuality is to be preserved. Her sexuality is to be hidden. Her sexuality is to be behind leaves as if it was Adam and Eve. You know what I mean? She's supposed to be fucking righteous and hidden, baby. Not out there openly taking pictures of her body and throwing it on Instagram to advertise herself as if she's sexually open for free for everyone to jack off to. Because I guarantee you she knows. And she's pretending she does not know, but she knows the men since she was a child that are attracted to her on the internet, and she is getting a kick in her ovaries from using her sexuality the wrong way to please all these men with her image and her body and her beauty, because women are beautiful and that's what they want. She's using her beauty to leverage the attention that she's so addicted to. As if you were to start getting addicted to cocaine, that's how addicted she is to attention. So the first thing I want you guys to know is to absolutely push back on having standards isn't okay. You need to have standards. Call a bitch, call a whore, call a 304, call a slut. Let these whores know that they're impure until the point that they understand that they've been kicked off their fucking pedestal, and when you issue them a relationship, they have to work for your fucking relationship, because women offer sex and men offer relationships. And if that woman isn't doing what it takes to adhere to the relationship that you're providing, she has no place in your fucking world. But if you work really hard and you can provide a world and you can welcome her into that world, you are going to have the greatest experience indulging in your masculinity, giving her a great ride, making sure that she has a place to go, because you've set standards with very understood boundaries. My boy, what you think about that?
Hell yeah, for sure. Fire. And it's crazy because, like, we live in a time to where we get to Google stuff. If we don't have answers to situations, we get to Google it and find the answer and figure it out. Because I think, like, damn, if you're a guy, how do you even find this information? Like, how do you make it? Imagine coming up fucking 100 years ago and you were just a blue pill, you just didn't get it. Yeah, girls were more feminine back then, but it's like you'd have to go to the fucking library and get a book to find this information out. I'm just thinking, like, as a man, like, you are fucked. Like, how the fuck do you figure this shit out if you don't fucking look this up on Google or YouTube or whatnot? You just have to find a guy who's good with women in your area. You're clearly, if you're watching this, you looked it up. But I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, if you were a guy fucking 50, 100 years ago, you were just fucked. Unless you decided to go to the fucking library, the internet didn't exist. So we live in a good time to where at least we get to fucking Google stuff. That's how I found this information, is just Googling and fucking YouTubing and shit. But I was just thinking about that, like, how does a man, like, if you're a guy who you don't watch fucking podcasts, you don't look into the shit, like, how do you figure? Because society's gonna tell you to fucking put women on a pedestal. Society's gonna tell you to fucking treat them nice, like they're sugar and spice and everything nice and fucking. But yeah, I mean, yeah, we're lucky to fucking live in the time that we do live in, that you can just look this information up. Because fuck, if you let society, you listen to society, you are just fucked. But don't do that. Yeah.
Let's go a little deeper into that, right? Well, we are actually in a time, me and Tez here, all of us are in a time where you can use Google as a useful tool, and it has been a useful tool for damn near some decades now. I think it came out in 1990. We're in 2025. It's been around for like 35 years. So this is a big problem with the red pill and the blue pill, because Google and AI will straight up lie to your fucking face with no remorse about things that they don't want you to see. So if you want to question politics, if you want to question regimes, or if you want to question data, you know what? I guarantee you, if I pull up ChatGPT right now and I start asking ChatGPT for some standards, it's going to lie to my face right here, right now. Because this thing has the installed lies in the programming that it has. So let me see if I can ask this thing a question. Hey, ChatGPT, I think that the girl that I'm dating, and this is fictitious, is kind of a whore. You know what I mean? I do love her, and she's been fun to have sex with, but she has, and I've just found out, had sex with over 50 dudes, and I think she's kind of a slut. And I want to continue the relationship with her, but because she's such a whore, should I keep going forward with that? Let's see what this thing says.
Is this like the one that knows you, or this is like?
This is the one that knows me. All right, so it's giving me some rational answers here. Let's slow it down a bit, brother. Sounds like you're feeling conflicted. You're describing a mix of an attractive resentment. Her past can be changed. You only eat, however. All right, so this one knows me a little bit, but usually I get pushback, and the pushback would be like I can't talk about this any further. You know what I mean? Or like I can't go any further. So this one knows me a little bit, but usually you get like the pushback, right? And I want you to know, guys, that the future of dating is only, unfortunately, going to get harder, and there's only a couple places where you get solutions. 5-Star Dream Team, you know, Tez is cooking up something I want you guys to know about, and you unfortunately, you got to understand that, like, the dating apps make money from you not dating, keeping your ass single. They don't want happy relationships. Don't use dating apps. Matchmaker, remember? So you got to also understand, Google doesn't have your best interest because it's bought by political regimes that are designed to lie to you. AI does not have your best interest because it's designed to lie to you or keep you within the parameters of the lie. So you have got to understand that if you're catching this wave, you are literally experiencing, like, in all honesty, before the AI takes over and is just generating content out of all over the fucking place, this is your time to experience a miracle of human beings coming together using real fucking dating experience out here in the real world. Men that are actually naturals at talking to women. I've been called a natural 1,000 fucking times, and I want you to understand, it is absolute bullshit for the manosphere to be saying, oh, you don't want to learn from naturals. You want to go and talk to a guy who's been through the struggle more. He understands women more. Fuck that, bro. That's completely bullshit in the same regard that, like, if you were to go to the grocery store and order organic food or buy organic food is what you really want to experience. I want you to experience what it's like to organically be good at dealing with women. I am good at dealing with women. I'm giving you the sauce on that. And ChatGPT can't do that. The fucking metaverse can't do that. Google can't do that. But me and Tez will do that for you. You got to get involved. Follow us on 5-Star, bro. We are trying to put you guys on a lot of sauce.
Definitely, and that's exactly what we're doing, and that's what we're going to continue to fucking do. In a world full of lies, you can find the truth at fucking 5-Star live stream, because that is what we're going to give you every fucking time. Fuck how you feel. If you don't like the truth, then this is not the podcast for you, because 5-Star is about what's real. Fuck how you feel.
Fuck how you feel. How many times have you heard me say fuck your feelings, bro? Even fuck my own feelings. How many times? You don't have time to be feeling like a little bitch.
Yeah, and I have to tell that shit to myself too. Like, if I don't feel like fucking waking up and I don't feel like doing something, it's like, fuck how I feel. Like, I have to reinforce that to myself as well. Fuck how I feel. Shit needs to get done.
Yes, sir. So then, okay, so me and Tez have talked about the shaming language thing for a little bit here. And we also wanted to mention, like, society is set up in a way where the reason that things are very inverted right now is that tactically, when these lies are being spread and propaganda is being spread to damage a country, destroy a country, shit on the Constitution, shit on human rights, shit on ideology, throw you into technocracy, revoke your human right to be a human. When these lies are being thrown to you, even in dating, even in your sperm cells, even in your egg cells, what they're trying to do is invert everything so you get tripped up and you don't procreate and you buy into the lies and you say, man, even money is so hard right now. It's too hard to have a family, or things are too this and things are too that. It's justified for me to not procreate. You're buying into the lies that they're selling you. It's absolute propaganda. So what they do is, I want you to know that me and Tez have been in sales for a very long time. I swear to freaking goodness gracious, the almighty God, I could sell sand to the beach. I could sell water to a fish. I could sell light to the sun. I could sell snow to an Eskimo. Your boy been through it all. And a part of sales training that you'll get in taking a sales job or receiving any type of sales training is that they'll tell you straight up, it's easier to sell to the woman in a family. It's easier to sell to the wife because they're training you to make quotas. They're training you to make sure that you bring back like maybe 10 sales a day, 20 sales a day, 30 sales a day. They want you to be above a certain minimum, right? So when you're giving a professional service to a future customer or a current customer, they want you to sell shit that's on the shelf, right? Shit that's hasn't been moved yet. So they want you to pitch things in a way that's very attractive to the customer. And they want you to target the weakest link, because a man can luckily walk around the world and attribute his self-worth to his money very easily. And because he can attribute his self-worth, maybe he has $20 in the bank and he spends $5 and now he feels like he's worth $15, because he can attribute his self-worth to money very easily and a woman cannot, they will teach you to pitch the bitch, right? They'll teach you to speak to the wife, speak to the housewife, get to the man by going to the woman. And when this man, the reason they know that is because they know that for a long time, even corporate sales, bro, which these corporations are putting you into these boxes to begin with. That's a podcast for another day. But these corporations know the man, Homer Simpson, the man is weak AF. And the way to destroy everything coming from this, the way to infiltrate this situation is to infiltrate the mind of the woman by pitching it to her and making it sound beautiful to her and just so deliverable. And she buys into it. So she probably also likes the attention of the salesman, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, yo, honey, I found this amazing thing. I found this great thing. This is amazing. You need to do it, honey. Do it now. Do it now for me. Do it now for the kids. Do it now for all that is glorious and mighty in the household of our last name. And you are literally buying into this bullshit, bro. And unfortunately for the guy, but fortunately for the salesman, it will work each and every time, and that is true of the propaganda. So what's happening with the propaganda is that it's the women, bro, the more that I do this dating thing, women are absolutely oblivious to the dating problem. Women are absolutely oblivious to the struggles of men. Women absolutely don't see the majority of men. Most men are invisible to most women, and most women do not like most men. Women are trained to hate men, and they don't see 1 or 2 or 3 steps ahead. They don't see 4 or 5 or 6 steps ahead. Remember, when a woman takes a job, which is insane for her to be out of the kitchen, but when a woman takes a job, she's literally taking the job, and she wants to be like respected for her position in a career. Keep in mind, women fighting for their rights to work and all that bullshit. I never saw a woman fight to work in a coal mine. I never saw a woman fight to be a trucker. I never saw a woman fight to go out there and be in the Icelandic ships that catch crabs out in the great Arctic seas. Women don't give a fuck about working. They don't give a fuck about jobs. They just want to have money to do stupid girl shit like, purses and I guess like, rent and clothes and some basic necessities and shit. But a woman will only work as hard as she needs to work to like solve everything that needed to be done, right? So let me explain what that means. If a woman needed to pay rent, buy makeup, look cute, take care of her bills, eat right to look good for her Instagram pictures, and all of that costs, like, let's say $4,000 for the month, she'll work at $4,000, stop at $4,000 and feel great and be done. You show a man how to make $4,000, he's going for 5, he's going for 10, he's going for 100,000, he's going for legacy. This motherfucker's testosterone won't stop. You see the difference? A woman works until she has to. A man fights to work harder than he has to set up the future. So you gotta understand that, like, women really don't fucking care about the dating problem whatsoever, bro. They really don't.
They don't have women don't have a dating problem. They're not dealing with this. Like,
they don't see it. They don't know.
Damn, bro. Fuck, man. This is where we live in. You gotta fucking either adapt or die. Fucking next thing you know, you want to reject this fucking red pill truth. Then next thing you know, you're the guy that's fucking getting disrespected or lonely, and you're just fucking out of the dating marketplace. And so you have a choice to make. It's a hard one, but it's up to you on whether or not you want to accept the truth and do it.
So it's easier to control women, and women don't even know that they're being controlled, or why they're being controlled, or why they're leaving the kitchen, or why they aren't at home sucking dick raising the kids, or why they aren't laying on their backs getting fucked by the man, and that's all he wants to do, and she's not in the bed, and she's not performing at the one fucking task she's supposed to be doing, and men can't understand why they're in front of a computer jacking off all the fucking time, crying and wishing that they had the bitch at home to have sex with. I understand what you men are going through, and trust me, we've all been there, bruv. But the reason society is set up like that is because women buy lies quicker. They buy lies easier. They buy lies better. They buy lies through every channel. They buy lies through The View. They buy lies through politics. They buy lies through movies. They buy lies through conversation. They do not have the mental fortitude to fight back. In fact, this reminds me of the sin of all man. Let's talk about Adam and Eve real quick. I tell this story all the time. The serpent, the devil, went up and deceived Eve, and the talking snake was like, if you bite this apple, you will be like God. And the woman was like, okay, right? But like, let's talk about Adam. If Adam was walking in front of a talking serpent, and the talking serpent was like, hey, bite the apple, and you'll be like God, Adam would be like, the fuck? What the fuck is this dude talking to me for? Cut the fucking head off. Chink with the machete. Like, who's got time to talk to a fucking snake? Homeboy's working, you know what I mean? But women don't have that filter. They don't understand. This is why you also need to put, side note, restrictions on your woman. You need to cut out all her social media. They all need to be under one Apple ID. I talked to you guys about the digital thing. Women have to be contained. If you don't know who your woman is talking to, keep in mind to that rapper who got shot and killed because some girl that he was just fucking and talking to put an Instagram story out of his location, and the rival gangs came up and blasted his ass out of existence because you don't lock that bitch down and keep her on what she's supposed to be doing. Women buy. You know what? The biggest lie that women buy into is Instagram. Women literally see Instagram and choose to believe that Instagram is reality. They live for the next picture. They live for the next post. Their ego has been boosted because they took a couple pictures that are HD photography. They are idiots, my ninja. They're imbeciles. I'm going to talk about the hero thing right after that, but tell me what you think, bro.
Yes, yeah, you're absolutely right. Like, you have to treat women like children. They're not in reality. Men are in reality. So you have to understand, you guys are looking at the world completely differently. Like, men are told the truth. If you're a piece of shit and you're a guy, people are going to tell you you're a piece of shit. If you are a loser, people are going to tell you you're a loser. So women, if they are a fucking loser, then no one's going to tell them because they don't want to hurt their feelings. So the moment you start to be led by women, you have to understand you're being led by someone who's not in reality, who doesn't see the world for what it is. Not because it's her fault, but because the world is cuddling her from the actual reality. So she doesn't see it in the way that a man sees it. So a lot of guys are fucking being led by their women, and they don't know it, but they're being led to the end of relationship. They're being led to a worse place because you are letting someone lead you who is not told the truth. Guys want to fuck women, so they lie to them all the time. They lie to them. They don't tell them about where they're weak at, where they need to get better at, because they're afraid they're going to hurt their feelings. So if you're the guy who's out there being led by your women, you have to understand you're letting someone lead you who is not living the same reality as you. So you guys don't have the same consequences. If you look up and you're 30, 40 years old and you're a loser as a man, life is completely different than if you're 30, 40 as a woman and you're a loser. Life's going to cut a woman. That's just the reality of it. And at the end of the day, as a man, no one is coming to save you. You are not a fucking woman. This is the main reason why you really need to take this shit serious and listen and look into this shit, study it, because no one's coming to save you. A woman can look up at 30, 40, 50 years old. There's going to be some guy, some real man out there who's going to come put a ring on her and come save her, and everything's going to be okay. They can walk off into the sunset and live a great life, but no one's going to come do that for you. So that's why you have to put in the work, See life for what it is and take ownership of your life and lead your own life and let the woman follow you instead of the other way around. Because if shit hits the fan with the woman and you let her lead, guess what? She's going to be okay because life is going to make sure it's okay for her because it's just easier for women. So that's why you need to be the leader, is because you need to take control of your life because you are actually living in reality. Life is going to punish you for being a fucking loser, not the other way around.
Yo, having a vagina, ladies, having a vagina must be great. Because I promise you, it don't matter if you're 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, 68, we pushing it. We pushing it really heavy. But if you got a vagina, holy fuck. Guaranteedly, someone in life is going to save you no matter what the fucking problem is in what situation you're going through. Women problems are fucking irrelevant anyway, right? But if you are a man and you're listening to these lies, homeboy, I'm telling you right now, you are going to get fucked by Will Smith or somebody very soon. It's going to be insane. You're going to be Illuminati fucked, homie, if you don't wisen up and start listening to me and Tez tell you the truth. Now let's talk about the hero's journey, right? Hollywood, this is another problem that's being perpetuated throughout society. The female hero, and that's really what like society is kind of pushing towards, right? You see that they put like that tranny shit, and trannies, you are disgusting. I just want all you trannies to know your entire sexual delusion is based on deception, and for deceiving people, you are lower than shit. Fuck all of you for everything that you do. I do not like trannies at all. I don't like what you're doing. You're disgusting for society. You are absolutely a disgrace on society. You are disgusting to all that is civil. You're disgusting to children. You're disgusting to the courtroom. And you're more than disgusting for dating, you sick, disgusting trannies. So you see that they push the transsexual agenda. You see that they push the homosexual agenda. But with the women, it's like you guys don't see that it's not cool. It is not cool to have like a Terminator movie and the Terminator is a woman. It's not. It's not cool for the woman to be in the male role. It's not good for script writing. It's not good for screenwriting. It's not good for a story. It's not good for a book. It's not good for a novel. It's not interesting. It's not good for society. It's not good for the reader. It's not good for the cartoon adaptation. It's not good for the viewer. It is not good for the silver screen. It is good nowhere. The woman needs to be the damsel in distress, and the hero needs to be a fucking action hero and a male every single time, every single fucking story. We hate it and we're tired of the female hero. This is the biggest lie of all fucking time. There is no female action star. There is no woman who's coming to save you, like we just said in the previous statement. There is no good female officer at all. If you are a female cop, baby girl, I just want you to know what happened in your life. You were lied to the whole time. In fact, let's talk about women real quick. Let's talk about women's psychology real quick, right? I'm going to go off on a little side tangent here. A woman will say something along the lines of like, I can do anything a man can do. And instead of like conceding to the fact that she should be in the fucking kitchen, or getting on her knees and sucking dick, or laying on her back and getting fucked, or opening up her legs and letting seed be in there so she can be pregnant and have the kid of a man, which is all normal shit that I just said, by the way. She literally thinks, no, I want to be a rebel to like what my dad said or something, right? So my dad said I need to be in the kitchen, and my ex-boyfriend said I needed to do it, but I'm going to prove them wrong. So I'm going to go out there and be a female cop. And I'm going to show them that anything a man can do, I can do it too. And I can do it better. Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you. And she'll live her whole life to experience this delusion. You have to understand, it is only the female being that can live an entire life and spin an entire reality to make the point of a delusion for no fucking reason, for no outcome. There is no point to being a female cop. Let's break this down. Tez, bro, you is in like a rival gang situation. And Tez has nothing to do with that. I'm just throwing it out there, right? You in a rival gang situation. And they're like in the next county over. And you don't got no protection. But you're not trying to deal with this shit. You call the cops and be like, yo, I'm living a good life. What the fuck? I'm not dealing with this shit. Fuck this rival gang. I call the cops. And a bunch of women show up to defend you. And a bunch of women show up to fight for you. And all of the rival gang is men. What are we supposed to think of that, bro?
That is fucking. First off, I'm not calling the feds. I'm not calling the cops. I'm smoking shit. But no, that's just fucking gay. That would be terrible. But this information isn't so you can hate women or anything. This is just simply so you can understand them for who they are and actually love them for who they are and not hate them because they're not who you want them to be or who you expect them to be. Because that's where a lot of guys build up animosity towards women and hatred towards women because they don't understand them and they don't know why they're getting the results that they're getting. It's because they expect one thing, but you don't understand that you're dealing with someone who's completely different from you. So a lot of guys end up hating women because of that. So this information is so you can actually understand who they are and you can love them for who they actually are. Because not every woman is your mom. Your mom's going to love you for who you are, and not every woman's like that. So a lot of guys have this fairy tale fantasy about women, and they fucking end up getting shitted on by women, and they end up hating them just because you don't understand them. So this information is simply so you can understand them and love them for who they actually are, and you're not going to be disappointed when certain things happen to you. So this is so you can know how to maneuver with the women and have a successful relationship or just fucking have successful interactions with women. That's what this is for. Because a lot of guys have this misconception with dealing with women that women are this way and they need to treat them a certain way, but they're not getting the results that they want. So this information, it sounds terrible. It sounds bad. It sounds like we fucking hate women, but this is simply so you can understand them for who they are and you know how to operate around them and you can actually love them and build a healthy relationship with them. Because if you don't fucking understand them, you're not going to get the results that you want because you're going to think you're doing the right thing, but there's no way for you to get the results because what you think is right is actually wrong. And then you're like, well, if I'm doing something right and I'm not getting what I want, then I'm going to hate this person or I'm going to have some kind of animosity towards this person because I'm doing the right thing. But the whole time is you don't understand them and what you're doing is actually wrong. That's why you're not getting the results that you want. Not because they're bad people or fucking they are out to get men, but it's simply because you don't get it. So all these uncomfortable truths and all this shit that we're talking about, it's so you can get them and you can deal with them in an attractive way so you can actually have a good relationship. Because a lot of guys, they don't like women or they hate women. It's because they don't understand them. They're not getting the results that they want simply because you don't get women. So this is so you can actually get it and apply it so you can have a successful interaction and relationships with the women.
Yeah, man. So back to like why the reason I brought up the story with the cops, right, is because like we are men. We are to protect women. We are to protect society. That is our role. You as a woman coming into that role does nothing except make you look dumb. And the psychology by which you got to this point is dumb. And you running out into the field work and doing the field tests is dumb. You should be at home baking cakes. You are driving me nuts. I don't even know you, and you're frustrating me. Like, this is how dumb it is to have women out there defending us. It sets a bad precedent for America, man. It really does make us look dumb. Like, how the fuck? Like, how are you gonna be out there? Like, we got two chicks running up on some big dude. Bro, if two chicks were running up on me and they were supposed to take me out and they had guns and they had handcuffs, I would just be like, pop, goodbye, whoo, smoke, you out. You know what I mean? Like, there is no physical resistance to a female. A fucking 11-year-old boy could whoop any woman's ass at any age, at any time, with any training. You are a woman. Be a fucking woman. So, yeah, like I said, I was bringing that up to let you know, like, the hero thing. A man goes through a hero's journey when it comes to cinema. And in real life, a man goes through starting at home, being nothing, being broke, being poor, wanting a change, going out into the world, finding that change, being challenged with adversity, being having to face adversity through one outcome, one villain, the next villain, the third villain, the final boss villain. You know, at the climax of all this, he might have made some mistakes along the way, but he went through the fucking journey, and then when he comes home, upon coming home, upon his adventures, he is deemed a hero. And lays seed right after. That is the hero story. Now, let's talk about like Captain Marvel, right? Captain Marvel, or like female shows, or it could be any show. It could be any TV show that you're watching. It could be any high school show that you're watching. It could be even the way those blue pill podcasters talk about things. They will literally make it so like Captain Marvel example, right? What happens is that she is Carol Danvers is what is she, in the Air Force? She's Air Force. She flies around. See, I don't even know her stupid story. She flies the plane. Like, we all know Batman's story, right? She flies the jet plane, and then the jet plane blows up, and when it blows up, she gets all the powers, and all of her powers are better than everybody else's powers. Like, homegirl could fucking level out Thanos. She could kill everybody. She could kill any Avenger. She could blow up anything, kill anything, and she didn't do shit for those powers. And that is the story of all women in any scenario where a woman is a lead role in anything and has any power whatsoever. If her power isn't knitting, if her power isn't being in the kitchen and baking a cake, if her power isn't taking dick on her back like she's supposed to be, if her power isn't making a man's life better, ironing the clothes, then she don't have no power. She is a damsel in distress, which is what makes movies beautiful. Titanic. The boat is sinking. Women and children off the boat first. Men are the expendable gender. Men are the ones that have to suffer. Men are the ones that become absolutely terrifying, murderous, killing, testosterone-filled creatures. But at the behest of that request, when it comes time to defend, a man could end up laying down his life to protect the future generations. That is what the fucking point is. That is reality. And no matter how political or how many lies that they want to shove down your throat, the world, the earth, God, everything operates on principles. And if you try to step outside those principles, you're going to become a Kosh. Earlier from this episode, and have your girl running around, not even fucking other dudes that we know about publicly, making you look like a bitch based on her talking about her past experiences, getting fucked by a lot of dudes. And that's just the facts of her past right now. I mean, bro, you're going to end up being that guy.
And that's a guy you do not want to be, is that guy who's fucking being disrespected, being shitted on by his woman when he believes that he's doing all the right shit. So you have to listen to this information or find this information so you know how to go about this life and be successful in a relationship, because that's what this is about at the end of the day. Is knowing how to deal with women so you guys can have a successful relationship, or you have successful interactions with women. That's all this comes down to.
And okay, now we're going to move on to the next point here, right? A lot of you end up in a situation where, and bruh, the TikToks on this, the shorts, the YouTube, the reels, everything on this is insane. The girl literally is cheating on you. Right? It doesn't matter if it's via dating app. It doesn't matter if it's talking to another guy. It doesn't matter if it's actually getting piped down by the homie. They've got these men believing that they are strong, virtuous men by keeping the girl after she's made her mistake, because she cries really, really hard about what she did, and because she's crying, it wasn't even my fault. I just tripped and fell on the dick. It was my ovaries. Bro, there's so many of these ridiculous scenarios that they're training the men to be like, okay, well, look, it doesn't even matter if a whole other dude is laying pipe to my girl. I am a hero by sticking around.
Some fucked up shit, bro. That's terrible. Like,
what is this?
It's a crazy fucking world we live in. It's all fucking terrible. But we gave him some fucking sauce, some heat today, some fire, 5-star. We brought it back again on a Sunday. We're gonna keep bringing it to you live, and This is a fire ass fucking episode.
Shit, bro. I was just about to order some food in this bitch. Yo, we really be going in for you guys, man. We got topics on topics on topics to take care of you guys and protect y'all. Protect you dudes from the world of dating that you could be in. And I want you to know that me and Tez, we built this studio. We built this podcast. We built this with the intention of making sure that if you're a dude and a chick out there in the world of dating, that you are absolutely receiving the best advice, the best structure, the best knowledge and know-how to move forward with your relationship so you can be successful in dating. Imagine if Akash listened. Imagine if Akash listened to Myron at the beginning of this. Imagine if Akash said, you know what, bro? Maybe I did make some mistakes. Maybe I should fuck 50 women. Or maybe I should do a better job of vetting the girl that I'm currently with. Or maybe I should do a better job of being a masculine man. And if he had done any one of those things, like let's say that he wanted to go home and be a masculine man and say, listen, baby, I know that I married you, but like, I'm going to start putting you in your place now, bitch. And you got to understand the relationship has been completely off. And now you're going to see who I really am, baby. You're going to see these new roles. Maybe she'll take it, maybe she doesn't. Or maybe he says to himself, you know what, baby, listen, I just want to respect you and let you know I fucked up this entire thing. I'm setting you free, be off. And then go off on his fucking spree and become a man. You know, if he had just listened to Myron's advice, he wouldn't be humiliated right now. And I swear to God, if you listen to us over here at 5 Star, you're going to have experience. You're going to have dating success. And you will have a beautiful, beautiful love journey.
Oh yeah, let's go. We are fucking out here. We gave you some fire heat. Make sure to follow on all platforms. 5 Star live stream. _Tez. Tez Unplugged. Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Show some love. Let us know what you want to see. We're gonna keep bringing it to you live. Let's get it. Yes, sir.
You know what time it is. Let's fucking go. That's that heat.
We out here.